to the revamping of the economy. Mr. President, very distinguished colleague, I so submit. I so move.
Yes. Distinguished Senator Joel.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, my name is Joel Honorable Thomas. I represent the good people of Delta South Neutral District. Mr. President, I rise to second the motion ably presented by my colleague, distinguished Senator Adiola Olamilekan. Mr. President, having seconded the motion, I want to crave your indulgence to make my contributions. Thank you, Mr. President, and distinguished colleagues. The statement by distinguished Senator Ningi Abdul, PDP Bauchi Central, the chairman of the Northern Senators Forum, in some sections of the media, that the 2024 budget was padded to the tune of 3 trillion and that the executive was implementing a different budget from what was passed by the National Assembly is not only very presumptuous, it is scandalous and an attempt to incite the public against the National Assembly and the federal government. This particular budget was passed by both chambers of the National Assembly and was assented to by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. To now cast aspersions on such a matter of national significance without allowing the fact-checking or verification is worrisome. Mr. President, permit me to read verbatim the English version posted by distinguished Senator Suleiman Kawu. Breaking news. For the first time in Nigeria history, today we are operating 2 different budgets. One budget approved by the National Assembly, signed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the other implemented by the presidency. This one approved by us is 25 trillion, while the one operated by the federal government is 28 trillion. Apparently, we discovered 3 trillion was inserted into the budget without locations. This is the highest budget padding happened in Nigeria history under Senator Akpabio watched. I'm quoting. We resolve as people representatives to see President Tinubu on this issue with facts and figures to ask him if he is aware with this embarrassment or not. Then from there we will take action. Let Nigerians be patient with us. This is a national issue. It affects all Nigerians irrespective of party, tribe, or religion. Senator Abdul Ningi, Chairman of the Senators Forum, as quoted by Senator Suleiman Kawu. Mr. President, the above statement contains the following assertions. Number 1, today in Nigeria, we are operating 2 budgets. 2, the one approved by the National Assembly is 25 trillion, while the one operated by the President is 28 trillion. I'm a member of the Appropriation Committee, I'm a member of this Senate, and it is in this Senate that we sat and considered the 2024 appropriation bill and passed it. And what we passed was not 25 trillion, but was 28 trillion. The third point there is that we discovered 3 trillion was inserted into the budget without locations. 4, this is the highest budget padding in Nigerian history under Senator Akpabio. 5th, let Nigerians be patient with us. Mr. President, as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and as a global citizen with global credentials, allowing me to practice as an accountant and tax professional anywhere in the world. I want to say these assertions must be promptly investigated and decisive actions taken to save the integrity of the Senate and my integrity. Because all eyes are on us, and this matter is currently a matter in the public domain. Mr. President, I second the motion that this matter be investigated and follow the rules of the Senate and take actions. I so move, Mr. President. Thank you, sir. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, for me, I think this is a very straightforward matter. We have a situation where we should actually be the stabilizers of the National Assembly. But I think sometimes in our efforts to go after certain individuals and to go after certain goals and to go after certain personal issues, we tend to go overboard. I think you've thrown more light, Senator Joel, on what was posted by Senator Kawu. I think that is where they picked most of the headlines from. Budget padding. Akpabio, 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 Akpabio. I don't think anybody ever mentioned Tajuddin Abbas, Tajuddin Abbas, Tajuddin Abbas, because it takes both the Senate and the House of Representatives to make a budget. The executive submits it to us, and then we work on it, and we even worked on it together. All the committees here invited their DGs, the ministers, and they appeared before them. All their MDAs, you appeared before them before you finally, when in fact to speed up the process, we made sure that we had a joint meeting of the House of Representatives and the Senate when you were meeting with the heads of your various agencies and ministries before finally going to defend your proposals before the Appropriation Committee, which was also a joint sitting of Appropriation Committee of the House of Reps and the Senate. So I think what is out there from United States of America to Canada, to this, to that, as a result of the issue generated. In fact, I've even seen a response from the presidency attempting to even defend the Senate, that in their assessment, there was no budget padding by the Senate. But I've seen Premium Times also reporting that this is the highest budget padding in the history of Nigeria since 1960. That, yes. So it's not for me, it's for you to discuss. I want to state clearly that I am an unbiased umpire. I have no voice, I have no say. The decision is yours. Distinguished Senator Olarere, point of order will be taken, but let's finish this because we are on a point of order. Huh? I will take it. I've already recognized Senator Olarere. You are not hearing what I'm saying. I have heard your point of order. It will be taken. Senator Olarere, say what you want to say.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Just a clarification. My name is Olalere Kamarudin Oyewumi. I represent Osun West Central District, and by the grace of God and the support of my people, the Deputy Minority Leader of the Senate. Sir, it will be very important to make a clarification at this point, because this matter and all the allegations are already in the public domain, and questions are being asked from time to time since 2 days ago when this thing came out. In paragraph 4 or 5, there was a whole paragraph devoted to the selection of the minority leadership has been imposed. I found that very disturbing. Imposed by who? I was fortunate to be among the first set and the second set. The truth is that nobody imposed us, and our colleagues know that we are not imposed. Wait, that is it here. Wait, let me finish. It is there. It is there. Listen, let me finish. It is there. Both the first one and the second one, our people signed for us. In the first attempt, 36 senators signed for the three of us. And when the two of them were removed, individually, the present minority leader was signed for personally, and he has 42 votes. So, thank you. It's very, very important so that the world will know that we are not imposed. We are elected by our people through their signature, and that's why we are announced to represent our people. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Let me say that distinguished colleagues, what Senator Olarere just pointed out also arises from the discussions here. He feels that his own personal privilege had been breached and that he was elected by his people, one as a senator and two elected by majority of the members of the opposition, and it was not imposed. So your observation and your submissions are sustained. Senator Alero.
Point of order, Mr. President. I come under constitutional point of order. 36. Section 36. Right to fair hearing. With your permission, Mr. President, I will read. Let me go straight forward and read 2A, section 36, 2A. Provides, okay. In the determination of his civil rights and obligation, including any question or determination by or against any government or authority, a person shall be entitled to fair hearing within a reasonable time by a court or other tribunal established by law and constituted in such manner as to secure its independence and impartiality. Provides, I will section 2A, not waste our time. 2A provides for an opportunity for the person whose rights and obligation may be affected to make representation to an administrative authority before the authority makes the decision affecting that person. Mr. President, I come under this order because fair hearing is a fundamental human right enshrined in our Constitution. Allegations have been made against Senator Abdul Ningi. I think it's only fair for us to give him time or to give him chance to defend himself before this August body.
want to do it now and here. And I have the documents. I have the documents to back any claim. I want to be given the opportunity to defend myself.
You are not recognized. Sit down, you are not recognized.
Yeah.
Mr. President, I haven't finished. I also have point of order raised by Senate leader.
Distinguished colleagues, we cannot suddenly turn the Senate into a market. Distinguished Senator Aleru, we give you respect, not just as a ranking senator, but as an elder statesman. So if you stopped talking while you have the floor, and then you allow Senator Ningi to jump up and start shouting, that's not the behavior of the Senate. This is not a Rise Television or BBC Hausa service. So I would like a situation where you speak. If Senator Ningi wants to say something, I will grant him the opportunity. And he will say something, but we must conduct ourselves with decorum and respect for one another, and particularly respect for this institution. So if you are through, and any other person wants to talk, the person will raise his hand, I will recognize you. You can go. Noted. Any other person who wants to say something? Yeah, no, we can't go further with any other person until I hear from Senator Ningi.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Senator Abdul Ningi, and I represent Bauchi Central of Bauchi State, and of course, a member of the Appropriation Committee of the Senate. Mr. President, from the onset, let me concur to about 80% of the translation read out by Senator Yai. I think they have done a fair job, except on some issues that they could not understand. First, I have never said somebody was blinded. Secondly, I have never said the budget was funded. Mr. Chairman, the beginning of this brouhaha started with this text, and by your leave, I will read. For the first time in Nigerian history today, we are operating two different budgets. One budget approved by the National Assembly, signed by President Bola Tinubu, and one signed and one implemented by the presidency. The one approved by us is 25 trillion, while the one operating by the government is 28 trillion. Apparently, we discovered 3 trillion was inserted into the budget without location. This is the highest budget padding happening in Nigeria. History under Senator Akpabio, taking place under the watchful eyes of Senator Akpabio. We resolve as people representing to see Bola Tinubu on this issue with facts and figures, to ask him if he's aware with this embarrassment or not. Then from there, we will take action. Let